Hello, good afternoon. I would like to introduce to you my guest for today, Chef Mark Oy.
How are you doing?
So let's get going.
All right.
For your first question, Chef, why did you decide to be a culinary artist?
Well, I don't think I'm an artist. Probably quote unquote as a craftsman at work. See, people's misconception is that food created in a fine dining restaurant is, has to be a Van Gogh or a painting in the ceiling in the Sistine Chapel. No, it's not. You get better by doing it. So I believe that the culinary is more of a craft rather than an art. It's because in reality, in the restaurant, you have to cook the same food every day, and every day it will taste different. Tomatoes are tomatoes, but tomatoes when are not in season, it will taste different. So these are the challenges that the chefs has to face. In order not just to make the food look good on a plate, but more importantly, it has to taste good. I mean, there's no substitute for taste.
Chef, as you were just starting out, what was your initial goal?
My initial goal, it's the beginning of the careers that are always the hardest, and because you don't get the awards, you don't get the recognitions. My initial goal was to be a breakthrough in the industry. They say that you have to go to a culinary school in order to be a chef. Well, I beg to disagree. When I graduated in college, BSHRM, I had to prove to everybody that I can break through that cycle. And when I started out as a steward in the kitchen department, I rose from the ranks. So I guess that's how I did it.
As time passes by, you were able to achieve a lot of recognitions. Of all these recognitions, what do you cherish the most and why?
Recognitions. I'll tell you what. Some people, passed me over. Some gave me a shot, and the others, live to regret it. But I'm always humble with all the awards and the recognitions that I have received. And but nothing really beats, the thrill of having my grandmother jubilated when she sees me on TV and or hears me on the radio station. That's the thing that I cherish the most. And she even awarded me when I graduated cum laude, and she was up on me on stage. It was the thrill of my life. So I love her.
What is your greatest fulfillment as a chef?
It is yet to be fulfilled. So many things to do, so many things to accomplish. And then again, bigger fishes to fry. I'm always looking room for improvement, and at the same time, taking a step back and moving 2 steps forward. Again, there are so many things to accomplish.
What are the things that you want to accomplish yet?
Number one, personally, it has, I have a dream of having my own restaurant, and it has to be my own. It's not necessarily a French. It will be French cuisine or Chinese cuisine. No, it has to be my own. So it's a big dream of mine. Hope it happens. So.
How can you define a culinary professional?
A culinary professional. Well, he or she has to know or take the simplest ingredients and to do less of it. Meaning, for instance, when I was working in George's Attico in La Jolla, what we did was we always had to make sure that our ingredients were fresh. Our menus are new. So in a 15-mile radius, we had to look for suppliers. We had to look for local farmers and producers, and at the same time we are helping the economy, and from the farmer to our restaurant, it's California cuisine at its best. So then again, hence it's what I said, taking the simplest ingredients and doing less to it. You have to let the food shine on its own.
Chef, how can you say that a food is well prepared, well cooked, and well presented?
Well, I think the judge of that will be my guests, my customers. So, I just adapt the highest level of standards in, people are paying a lot of money to dine in whatever it is that, or the food that I prepare. So, I think that's the most important thing. And my name, my reputation, the brand, Chef Mark Uy, it precedes me. So I'm very mindful of that. Yeah.
Chef, what are the standards that you usually follow?
Well, number one, the food that you create has to be, you eat with your eyes first. Yes, that's number one standards. But nevertheless, you have to have, the taste-wise. And then the familiarity of the people. You cannot just introduce, food that or a menu that's will be very foreign to the locals here in the Philippines. So those sort of standards that you usually follow. But to be a chef, you have to be conscientious about those sort of things.
Chef, one more follow-up. What do you think are the most, what are the common wrongdoings of chef or wrong habits of other chefs with regard to presenting food?
With that, there are a lot of habits, wrong habits that usually happen in the industry. It is virtually behind closed doors. And sometimes when the head chef is not around, you go mediocre, which is really bad. The quality is always important in the restaurant business or in the fine dining restaurant. So you have to, again, what I've said, you have to adapt the highest level of standards and never lower them down.
Chef, what is your greatest fulfillment as a professor?
Well, greatest fulfillment. I'm looking forward to the thrill of absorbing the life of an academe, better yet, as a teacher. It has numerous responsibilities, and right now I'm running a whole program, running a whole school. So I think the most important part that I notice in me is the dedication. It's like a crash course in life, like holding a book and flipping through the pages. And one day I'll be teaching in Manila, the next day I'll be teaching in Davao, or next in Cebu. It's amazing how people have been very receptive of my sharings, my teachings, and I guess they keep on inviting me, so I keep on going.
What are the usual feedbacks from your students from everywhere that you go?
Especially in my speaking engagements, they usually can relate to what I shared with them, and they are having a lot of fun with me just because of the age difference.
Chef, what are the usual feedback of those students that you were able to reach everywhere?
When I go to places and conduct my seminars,